Do you read poetry?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite poet?
This could sound really cliche, but Bukowski.
And why?
I don't know. He has a really dark, cynical sense of humor, and like the way he sees things is really cynical, which I really like. And there's a lot of variants of his work that people have taken and spun off and done their own thing with. Bukowski in a Sundress, I think is what it's called. It's a book written, a bunch of short stories written by a girl who really liked Bukowski. So.
Do you have a favorite poem?
Let me think. It's not by Bukowski, but it's a poem about Helen of Troy, the goddess, and the woman who started the war. It's really pretty and it's really inspiring because she's just this woman who started this whole war, and everyone wanted her, and she said no to everyone, which is really cool.
So what do you know about the Beat Generation? And they were
like Beatniks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
exactly who the Beat Generation are.
Cool. I've heard of them.
So could you name any writers from that time period?
I don't
Or poets?
think so, no.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless I've accidentally, read a Beat Poets poetry.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you take this quiz.
It says pick a summer job.
What was your answer?
I chose the guy handing the person back the credit card. I think it shot like a customer service person.
Gotcha.
Which is what I do. Pick a beat slang. I chose T-head. Pick a road trip destination. New York City. What are you bringing with you? Cigarettes. Pick a typewriter. The pink one. Define the word beat. I said super hip. You see someone attractive in public, how do you react? And I chose tell your friends you fell in love. And then not talk to them ever again. How many days is your bender? Three. I got Carolyn Cassidy.
Okay.
The definition of her is one of the most important influences and poets of the Beat Generation. You're intelligent, indulgent, and have super highbrow taste. Most believe you are carefree, but your talent and decisiveness helped inspire some of the best literature of the 20th century. Neapolitan was probably 7 feet tall. Everything is so distorted. She was a central figure in the real-life circle of friends whose travels across the country in search of kicks and revelations were immortalized in On the Road. She was the inspiration for the character Camille, the second wife of Dean Moriarty, the wild, saying overburst of American joy, who makes the novel go, go, go. Dean Moriarty was based on Neal Cassady, her husband, during the period re-encountered in the novel. For a woman in the 1940s and 50s, this was not an easy role. While her male peers, including her husband, celebrated the freedoms of sex, drugs, literature, and the open road, Miss Cassady was by turns an eager participant and a disententing adult. The one who kept the utilities on, raised the children, and watched the dismay as the next generation of young men emulated the self-destructive impulses of the last.
So what's your opinion on her role?
I think she's kind of an icon for what women are now. because not only was she kind of a trailblazer in her time, she stayed home with the kids. She cooked and cleaned. She paid rent. And she wrote a book about her struggle and about what it means to be a woman in the 1940s and 50s, which is not easy. But yeah.
Do you read poetry?
Like regularly?
At all?
No.
No?
No.
Do you have a favorite poet?
I don't know, probably like E. Cummings or Bukowski.
Is there any specific reason for that?
I read a cool one by E. Cummings that was like, it was like disjointed, so it was like, all sorts of symbols and stuff. The letters were arranged bizarrely on the page, and it was like a little bit of like deciphering, and it essentially, the way the letters were structured, it was, all it really said, I think, was a leaf falls, but it was, the letters were structured so it looked like a leaf was coming down like that. It was kind of neat.
So, what do you know about the Beat Generation?
Not necessarily a lot. Was was Hunter S. Thompson a part of the Beat Generation? You don't know.
Like, there's Jack Kerouac, Neil Cassidy.
I mean, these are names I've heard, but I don't really know.
Do you know what a beatnik is?
No, but it sounds familiar.
So,
Is it a derogatory term for journalists back in the day?
It's a derogatory term for the kind of guys that would go on the road and just drink and
That's what I
write
figured.
poetry and things like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go ahead.
Pick a summer job. I'm gonna go with this person writing down something at the desk. Pick a beat slang. I'm gonna go with noodle it out. Pick a road trip destination. I'm San Francisco. I've never been. What are you bringing with you? I'm gonna bring the sandwich. Get hungry. Pick a typewriter. I'm gonna go with Remington 5. It sounds cool. Define the word beat. I'm gonna go with wavy. Uh-oh. Yeah. You see someone attractive in public. How do you react? Look away. How many days is your bender? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna 2 drinks and I'm out probably. Allen Ginsberg is my response.
You read what that is?
I'm one of the coolest, lovable, recognizable poets who ever lived. You're solely responsible for fueling the fire of the Beat Generation. You'll inspire young minds forever, and you're truly an angel-headed hipster. Follow your inner moonlight. Don't hide the madness.
Do you relate to that at all?
Well, I am one of the most lovable and coolest and recognizable people you'll ever meet. No, not really. I don't really even consider myself a hipster. So this is a poem by Allen Ginsberg. It's called On Burroughs' Work. The method must be purest meat. and no symbolic dressing. Actual visions and actual prisons as seen then and now. Prisons and visions presented with rare descriptions, corresponding exactly to those of Alcatraz and Rose. A naked lunch is natural to us. We eat reality sandwiches, but allegories are so much lettuce. Don't hide the madness. Alright, well, the title says on Burroughs' work, so I'm assuming he's writing about a guy named Burrough. The next page talks about a guy named William Burroughs. Prisons and visions presented with rare descriptions corresponding exactly to those of Alcatraz and Rose. Prisons and visions. And then he mentions later Alcatraz and Rose. Alcatraz is a prison. I don't necessarily know what rose means. Maybe that's just a flower. The method must be purest meat and no symbolic dressing. It sounds like he's talking about how this guy Burrough probably doesn't use a lot of symbols to represent what he's writing about. He's just kind of like, he's very bare bones about it. And then he says actual visions and actual prisons as seen then and now. So I'm assuming he must write about things that are actually taking place, or things that are actually, you can go to, I guess.
So overall, do you like the poem?
I don't like poetry, to be honest with you. But, no, I don't really like the poem. I don't know. It's short. It's a little weird because he's writing about a different person. I don't know. Just by looking at these other poems as well, a lot of them are really long and repetitive, so I'm assuming. And we see a little repetition in this one as well, so but no, I don't like it.
Okay. So do you read poetry?
I read Bo Burnham's Egghead book, and that I used to read Jack Frost in like high school when we were supposed to, but not like on my own other than that.
Do you know like your favorite poem?
Bo Burnham's I Fuck Sluts.
What's it about?
It goes sluts, I fuck sluts, sluts get fucked when I fuck sluts. Do you want me to recite the whole thing? 'Cause
No.
I know the whole thing.
Is that the whole thing?
That's not the whole thing, there's more.
What's it about?
It's literally just a poem about him fucking sluts. Okay, it makes him sound like a terrible person. But then it goes down to like, oh, it's so deep I can't explain it. So it's like, it just starts with him being like, sluts, I fuck sluts when I get fucked. No ifs, ands, and or buts. I fuck sluts. But then at the end, he's like, just keep fucking them for sluts. Keep fucking them as sluts because they may be nice girls, but they'll change you into a nice person. So it's sentimental. I don't know. It's nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you know anything about the Beat Generation?
I know it was like a group of poets from like the 1950s.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you take this BuzzFeed quiz.
Ooh. Alright, which Beat Generation writer are you? Pick a summer job. I'm gonna pick bartending looks fun. Pick a beat slang. Ooh, noodle it out. That sounds fun. Noodle it out. Okay. Pick a road trip destination. San Francisco. I'll just go New York City. I'm cliche like that. What are you bringing with you? Okay, this has a picture of mushrooms, but I don't think they're normal mushrooms. I'm gonna assume they're magic mushrooms. But I like normal mushrooms. There's some weed, there's some salami. I'm gonna bring salami. Pick a typewriter. They're just different colors. I like the yellow one. Define the word beat. Pretentious, rhythmic, pure, open-minded, worthless, super hip. It's probably super hip. That's what I'm getting. You see someone attractive in public. How do you react? I do not talk to them. That's normally what I do, but let's see what their answers are. Tell your friends you're in love with them. That's basically, yeah, that's all I do. How many days is your bender? What?
A bender means like how many days do you go drinking?
2 drinks that I'm out. Probably maybe 4, and then I'm done. I got Neil Cassidy. You're literally the greatest muse to have ever lived. You enjoy traveling, joking, loving, and entertaining the ones you love most. You're one of the most dynamic beats of all, and you'll go down as one of the most interesting characters literature has ever seen. What's your road, man? Holly Boy Road, Madman Road, Rainbow Road, Gumpy Road, any road. It's an anywhere road for anybody, anyhow. I feel like it's pretty dead on.
So do you relate to it?
I guess so, because I entertain people pretty well. Yeah.
Okay. So the letters from Neil Cassidy to Allen Ginsberg, another one of the beats.
Okay.
So you can just start reading it.
Okay. Dear Alan, my life is, at this moment, so cluttered up I've become incapable of relaxing long enough to even write a decent letter. Really. I'm almost unable to think coherently. You must then not only forgive, but find it within yourself to understand, and in so doing, develop a degree of patience until I am able to free myself enough to become truly close to you again. On your part, you must know that any letdown in your regard for me would upset me so much that psychologically I would be in a complete vacuum. At least for the immediate future, I must request these things of you. So please don't fail me. I need you now more than ever, since I've no one else to turn to. I continually feel I am almost free enough to be a real help to you, but my love can't flourish in my present position, and if I forced it now, both you and I would lose. By God, though, every day I miss you more and more. Understanding these things, I hope, nay, in fact, know you must pour out more affection now than ever, rather than reacting negatively and withering up so that all is lost or would be between us. Let us then find true awareness by realizing that each of us is depending on the other for fulfillment. In that realization lies, I believe, the germ that may grow to the great heights of complete oneness. I shall find a job tomorrow, and perhaps by losing myself in work again, I may become more rational and less upset and unnerved by the emotional shock of returning. Write soon, I need you. Write soon, I need you. I remain your other self, Neil.
So what do you interpret from that?
He's having a hard time writing because he's in love with Alan.
So what kind of relationship do you think they have?
I mean, it seems like he very much depends on Alan, so, I don't know if they're, not talking or something, and he's just having a hard time continuing writing with their friendship or whatever type of relationship they had is not going as well as he wants it to.
Do you think it's a friendship or a sexual relationship?
I think they're in love.
Would you believe me if I said he had a wife?
Yes, because this was the 1950s. Even men in love with other men had wives.
Okay, perfect. What do you have to say?
I love poetry.
Yeah, what else?
And beats. I like the Beat Generation.
Should I use this as my outtakes?
No.
I'm gonna.